Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loya, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumlayo. Venue: Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to
TakeTones.com.
Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loya, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumlayo. Venue: Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to
Hi everyone, my name is Adefumlayo David. I am the founder and the director of Efico Resources. So one of the greatest questions I've gotten is, what is Efico Resources all about? Okay, let's go straight down to that.
Efico Resources started in 2019 as a result of a suicide incident that happened in 2018. We realized that confusion and frustration actually permeates the African educational system. Apart from that, there is a mismatch between what is being taught in school and what the real world requires. Hence, to help students have a clear career path, providing relevant resources for it, and make their education perfect without disrupting their mental health, we created Efico Resources. At the fourth quarter of 2020, after spreading our tentacles from the University of Lagos by leveraging 60 campus ambassadors across 35 universities in Nigeria, we started a secondary school project where we went further into the grassroots to engage parents on career decisions for their wards. We onboarded about 10 secondary schools in calculating coding and entrepreneurship education into their curriculum to help them early enough with requisite tech skills even before they enter the university. At the beginning of the first quarter of 2021, we completed our first partnership with Sponsor a Child to School organization to help orphans with digital skills after finding their place in economic wealth creation. In response to the incubant pandemic and to expand to other spectrums in Africa, we leverage digital education and other social media channels such as YouTube and TikTok to reach out to more younger folks. We are Efico Resources. We make your education make sense and seek to liberate economic prosperity in the long haul.
My name is Fashola Oluwapelumi and I'm a nursing graduate. My passion for health and nature has made me love climate change and want to be an activist for it. The statistics by WHO says that 150,000 deaths is caused by climate change, which is likely to double by the year 2030. So please support Save the Climate Project today. Thank you.
Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loya, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumulayo. Venue, Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to
I'm Adeleke Godslow, and I am currently studying economics in the Lagos State University, and I am a climate advocate. So I recently found out that a warming or an increase in global warming of 2 degrees Celsius is increasing the risk of our elements moving away from the climate system, and it is very critical to our atmosphere. And this is going to bring severe consequences to the ecosystems and humanity as a whole. So I'm admonishing us all to support Save the Climate Project now.
Hi everyone, my name is David. I am the founder and the director of Efico Resources. So one of the greatest questions I've gotten is, what is Efico Resources all about? Okay, let's go straight down to that.
Efico Resources started in 2019 as a result of a suicide incident that happened in 2018. We realized that confusion and frustration actually permeates the African educational system. Apart from that, there is a mismatch between what is being taught in school and what the real world requires. Hence, to help students have a clear career path, providing relevant resources for it, and make their education perfect without disrupting their mental health, we created Efico Resources. At the fourth quarter of 2020, after spreading our tentacles from the University of Lagos by leveraging 60 campus ambassadors across 35 universities in Nigeria, we started a secondary school project where we went further into the grassroots to engage parents on career decisions for their wards. We onboarded about 10 secondary schools in calculating coding and entrepreneurship education into
Hi everyone, my name is David. I am the founder and the director of Efico Resources. So one of the greatest questions I've gotten is, what is Efico Resources?
All right, good evening, everyone. Hello. Good evening, amazing people. I once again, it is with great delight that I welcome you to day 2 of the Efico conference, themed Bridge the Gap. Before I proceed, I want to sincerely apologize for the delay in the commencement of this meeting. We're so glad to be here. Please let me know if you can hear me. I know you cannot see me, but I hope that you can hear me. Please, okay, I see Adedapo Faith saying she's so happy to be here. Amazing. Ajayi Samuel, I see your fire emojis. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for hopping in. So quickly, let's go back to our WhatsApp onboarding room and make some noise. Oh yeah, the meeting has begun. We have to rush. We give all glory to God for the success of the one's conference. We had 2 amazing speakers, come in and, enlighten us, enrich us with powerful information. I want to believe that many of you are going to begin to reposition yourself on LinkedIn as an expert or as a thought leader or in your respective LinkedIn spheres and LinkedIn space. So if you attended yesterday's conference and you gained value, I would also love to see your emojis again. Even as you do that, could we please return to the group chat and remind every other person that the conference has started? Glory be to God for bringing us here again today. Today is going to be nothing short of amazing. When I say nothing short of amazing, I know what I talk to you about. All right. So yesterday we had Ma'am Damilola Badmos come talk to us about importance of personal branding and how to position yourself as an expert on LinkedIn. And as our second speaker came in also to talk to us about how to position for academic excellence, it gave us systems and strategies to put in place to command amazing academic results. I hope that you all would go ahead and implement this valuable information in your respective academics. Our desire for you is to help you break through.
Hello, my name is Patrick Akwagu. I'm a graduate of Petroleum Engineering from Federal University of Petroleum Resources.
Please, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me, please? If you can hear me, I would like to see your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much. Okay, Faith says she can hear me. So the essence of this convergence is to help undergraduates discover themselves and see the potency of what they carry, and to also help undergraduates to understand that being an undergraduate is never a limitation and will never be a limitation to you. It's an advantage. In fact, it's something you will be leveraging on. So tonight, our first speaker tonight will be talking about how to achieve academic excellence, how to achieve academic excellence. But before I invite him in, I would like to read his bio to you. Please, can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Please, can you hear me? Hello. Wow. Hello, everyone. Please, can you hear me? I'm expecting your comment to confirm that you can hear me. Okay, were you hearing me earlier? Were you hearing me earlier? Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you very much. So I will be reading Sir Bakri Phillips' bio to you. All right. So we have to proceed without the bio at the moment. I would probably read his bio later. All right. So I'm about to welcome to you someone that is I found so amazing and I respect a lot. Sir Bakri Philip is a first class student and is someone you should listen to because he can show you how he generated the results that he has and is someone who has gotten the results that you desire. I know that the desire of every undergraduate is to achieve excellence. In fact, some of us got into school with the desire of, oh, I want to be a first class student. Is yet tonight to show you how you can achieve academic excellence, how you can provoke amazing and stunning results, even as an undergraduate. So it gives me great delight tonight. It gives me great delight tonight to welcome our amiable speaker for the night. Are you ready to see and to learn from this amazing speaker? Are you sure you are ready? Are you sure you are ready? If you're ready, can I see your emojis? Can I see your emojis in the comment section if you're ready? I can see your emojis. Come on, keep it coming in. Keep it coming in. Keep it coming in. You are doing well. You are doing amazingly well. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So join me as I welcome Sir Bakri Philip to the stage. You're welcome, sir. We're so glad you, and we cannot wait to learn from you. Thank you very much, sir. You can now take the stage.
Right, thanks so much. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me, please? Hello? Can everyone hear me? I just wanted to be sure. Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to be sure that everyone can hear me. Oh, yes, so I could get responses from people saying that they can actually hear me. Thanks a lot for the opportunity to be on the call. I just wanted to confirm If there is no reason for me to hear a feedback from somebody, just so that I am sure that I'm not talking to myself alone. Hi, Oyinlola, can I get like a feedback from you just to be sure that I'm not talking to myself alone?
Being an undergraduate is never a limitation and will never be.
Okay. So can I go on? Okay. Okay. So can I go on? All right. Thanks so much. Thanks a lot. So I just had to confirm from my other phone, uh, just to be sure that I'm the one running the show. Again, sincere appreciation to Efico Resources, for giving me the opportunity to be here this evening. I think it's a wonderful opportunity that I'm grateful for, most notably because I was an undergraduate at a point in time too, and I had to seek mentorship or guidance from people, just so that I'm on the right track and I'm able to achieve all the set goals in the end. Um, yeah, so basically, I understand that what I'm supposed to talk about is achieving academic excellence as an undergraduate. And I really hope that I'm able to share the tips that can help you all to achieve academic excellence. And aside that, I would say this may not only be tailored to achieving um, excellence as an undergraduate, even while you work or you're learning a trade or in anything that you do, there is always a need to achieve excellence. So I strongly believe that you can adopt and adapt some of the things I would share, so that you can eventually then use it or apply it in order to achieve academic excellence or whatever excellence you sought. Um, when this topic was given to me, I was thinking that I'm not the best person to talk about it. I'm not sure I achieved academic excellence, but yeah, I know for sure that I have one or two tips to share, and hopefully, they are enough to help us, in the best way, even if it's a 1%. I'm more comfortable. Um, yeah. So excellence, the word means to excel, or it means to do something exceptional. And trust me, everybody wants to be excellent. However, many of us are caught in the web of being not very excellent. Sometimes, this is caused by things within our control. At another time, it could be caused by things, outside our control. But irrespective of what the case may be, we are crave to be excellent, right? So, in order to then excel, what are the things that you need to do? Uh, I was in your shoes, say 7, 8 years ago, as an undergraduate at the prestigious University of Lagos. And trust me, I do not know what it means to achieve academic excellence. The only thing I am aware of is that, I probably just want to do well. And maybe that was enough motivation for me to aim for the top, right? I was confused. I wasn't sure of how to go about it. I did not have mentors. I'm not sure I had very close friends that would tell me that the reason why I came to this school was to achieve academic excellence. But I started anyway, and that is where you have an advantage. So you probably have somebody to tell you that it makes sense to have academic excellence, and these are the advantages of being excellent in school. I then can safely consider you as somebody that is smarter than I am, because I probably do not know about these things when I was, you know, in my early days at the University of Lagos. But immediately I luckily had a very good result in my first semester. I think around 4.7. I then saw that it makes sense to build on it. And at the end of it, I'm of course going to articulate or state the what you gain or the advantages of achieving academic excellence. Just permit me to note that. Okay. So yes, how did you achieve academic excellence? What are the things that you need to do as an individual in order to achieve academic excellence? Um, we've already agreed that being excellence is what everybody crave for. And I want to say this at no cost that um, you have just these 3 4 years that you have just 3 4 years of your life, of your 80 years on earth to really put in the energy and achieve what I think is the most important thing. Imagine 4 years of 80 years that you're going to spend on earth. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's just 5%. That means you only need to do 5% excellently well in order to enjoy the remaining 95%. And that's like a 5%, 95% rule. And I think it's what every one of us could do. Before I go into the things you need to do, I'll tell you that this journey is very tough. It could be challenging to achieve academic excellence. Trust me, sometimes you meet setbacks, but at the end of the day, of course, you're not going to tell anybody that setbacks are the reason why you probably did not achieve academic excellence, because it's all about you. It's all about you excelling, right? And hopefully, we all get to excel academically and even through life. So I'm going to state seven things, right, that I think you need to do in order to achieve academic excellence as an undergraduate. Okay. Number one is you have to really work on your time management skill. We all have 24 hours in a day, right? And then we have 24 hours in a day. We have, I think, 168 hours in a week. So put ourselves together and then to ensure that we all get what we think we need through life. Based on this, it's very essential that you find a way to manage your time well. There's a popular book by, I think, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey. Right? It's going to tell you the time management metrics, and then you're going to see matrix rather. You're going to see what are important and not important, what are important and not urgent, what are things that are urgent and important, what are things that are important and not urgent, what are the things that are not urgent and not important. You need to be able to find a bucket to put everything that you do. And this thing is very tough, right? Because trust me, we all struggle with time management. We all struggle. I'm in your shoes, I understand it. For me as a person, while I was an undergraduate at the University of Lagos, I I was, of course, running my degree program. At the same time, I was running my ICAM program. At the same time, I was, kind of active in my fellowship, right? And at the same time, I was the academic director of my department. So and at that same time, I was working. I teach YX students. I do this 1 hour, 2 hours lessons, and I get my audience okay, which is very important for me to survive at the University of Lagos. And I think I also had secondary school students that I teach every Wednesday and Fridays, I think 4 to 7. And it's a lot of things at the same time. Saturday and Sundays, I'm probably in my econ class. The question is when do I have the opportunity to go through my books and to even read in order to achieve the academic excellence. And I think I was really a very good time manager then. Sorry, while I was an undergrad, I did not waste my time playing around. I had friends in my class, I had friends in faculty, but I'm not sure I had that time to play around. Sometimes I go to the football field to see if my department is playing. Sometimes I do all the competitions in the faculty. I try to create time for them, but what I'm just saying is to to achieve academic excellence, you have to look for the best time to and how best you need to manage your time. You have to work on your time management skills. You have to schedule your time if possible. I used to have only Friday to read when I was an undergrad. Monday to Thursday, I copy notes, I teach tutorials, I do so many things. Saturday and Sunday, I'm in class. But throughout Friday, I just drop my phone in the hostel. I pick my books, I go to the library or to the reading room between 8 a.m., right? And then I don't come back until until 10 p.m. in the night, right? I've already seen that. I mean, I already know for sure that that Friday is the time for me to read, and I try not to do anything about it. At that time, I think I read every night, maybe around 10 to 2. Most times not reading because I'm tired, I may not be able to do a lot. I could just use those times to update my notes or gather relevant materials as the case may be. At that time, I may choose to sleep early and then wake by maybe 4 in the morning and then try to read up on some things. But if you want to achieve academic excellence, as I would want to say, if you really want to hear me, you have to, of course, work on your time management skill, right? You have to prioritize, look for things. I mean, understand the things that are important, the ones that are not, the ones that are urgent, the ones that are not urgent. Work on those things as those are the things that would help you to ensure that you optimally use your time. The second thing that I think you have to do as an individual in order to have academic excellence as an undergrad is to set small goals in order to help you achieve large goals. All of us wants to be a billionaire today, but how many of us wants to start from earning 10,000 naira per month? I doubt it. The Gen Z generation does not want to do that. But little drops of water they see really makes a mighty ocean. So you don't have to set up the big goals that what I want to have a 5.0. My primary goals at the beginning of every semester is that I want to write my exams well. Right, I want to probably have A in my courses, and I then build on it, right, from that point in time. So I never knew I was going to finish as the best graduate student of my department up until maybe my final year, second semester, right? I was just, doing the things I need to do. I set small goals. Every semester, the worst results, that I want to have is a B, right? And then I build on it. I mean, sometimes I have those B. I mean, I know I had a C at a point. I had two C's at a point in time, right? And I try as much as an A, as the case may be. So I set the small goals that every semester I try to have like above 4.50, and then at the end of the day, I got all the award and honors that I think some of us may have set at the beginning, right? Just so you don't put yourself under a lot of pressure. Okay, it is always very important to set small goals, as those are the things that would clearly help you to achieve the large goals, right? Small goals could be reading every day, right? I try to update my notes every day. I try to read every day if I can, right? If I cannot, I move on. It's not an issue, right? I set all the small goals before I then go on to set the bigger goals of having an A and then finishing as the best in the department, as the case may be. So for you to excel academically as an undergrad, please have to learn to set small goals and then you build on it in order to then achieve the bigger goals, which I think all of us like to achieve. Um, at the time in which you are setting those goals, please note that those goals must be smart. I understand that many of us are smart, all of us on this call are smart. What smart means is it must be simple, your goals must be simple, it must be measurable, it must be attainable, it must be realistic, and it must be time bound. You have to really put these things together and try to be from small before you then get to the top that you so much crave for. Okay, and you have to really work on your commitment or consistency. It's quite very important. I think the third thing is to surround yourself with supportive people who can motivate you, right? You have to really you have to really be around people that can support you. It could be your mom, your dad, your classmates, and we all need numerous supports at every point in time. We need psychological support, we need mental support, we need physical support, we need emotional support, we need all those things, at the same time. Hi everyone, can you hear me? On your lap, please. I can see that Faith is saying she cannot hear anything. I hope I hope it's not the case for everyone. Please, if it's not the case, can you just type yes, it is not the case in the chats, or I can hear you, so that we are sure that it is Faith's network, please. Hello, can everyone hear me? Okay, thanks so much. I'm not sure my voice is very audible. Maybe I'll just try to shout a bit. Thanks. Thanks, Oyinlola. Thanks, Muhammad, rather. Okay, so you have to, surround yourself with supportive people. And I would use myself as an example. While I was an undergrad at the University of Lagos, I had a roommate. He's my roommate. We cook together, we sleep on the same bed, and all of those things. The truth is, anytime I'm having exams in school, I do not go to the kitchen. I don't cook, right? I don't do anything that relates to cooking. He does the cooking in the morning. He does it in the night. He just gives me my food, right? I also have colleagues in class at that point in time where I probably don't need to also struggle for past questions. So they probably would, of course, get the past questions for me. And then what I have to just do is find a way of solving those past questions. So they really supported me. And, again, I know I had my parents' emotional support too. They talked to me almost every day. And that kept me going, as the case may be. Um, in school, I had lecturers that are supportive, lecturers that, probably do not want you to have a B or do not want you to have a C. Although sometimes they will still even give you that B or C, but they're just pushing you in a way to say, "Hey, you can do this, you have a good result, you can keep at it, and can get going." I also think I had a very, I think I said this before, but I have a very, very interesting colleague, right? Where they ensure that they put me on my toes, because of course I have to teach them. So I first have to know those things. So they just ensure that Philip tries as much as possible to understand these things, because if you understand, it's easier for him to come to organize tutorials and then teach us, some of these courses, as the case may be. These people sometimes are the people that actually push me to be, what I am today. So what I'm saying is, you really need people to support you through your academic journey. You need your lecturers, you need your colleagues, you need your roommates. My roommates understand when I'm ready, they don't shout, they don't talk, right? Um, of course, they are human and they understand the environment. And those are people we all need, especially as an undergraduate, to achieve the best that we can achieve, as the case may be. Okay. I think another thing is you have to really build a good study habit. I was on the call yesterday when Mr. David Adefumilaya was talking about how he reads, that he doesn't read where everybody is. He tries as much as possible to maybe read in the midnight. I think everything described about himself is a replica of me. I'm I'm highly distracted also. So anytime I'm reading, I don't like to be around friends, family, and fools, right? I just try to be at a place that nobody's going to disturb me, and then it helps me to assimilate faster. Most people around me will be greeting everybody. I think he mentioned it yesterday also, because I was on the call. So you have to understand yourself first, and I think that's one of the things Efico is doing. They are on the journey to make people understand themselves, which I think is very impressive, and is really the first step to being successful in everything or anything that you do as an individual. So I'm saying the fourth thing is build a good study habits. If you're a morning person, realize on time and try to read in the morning. If you're an afternoon person, understand the time and try to read in the afternoon. If you're a night person, understand the time and try to read at the time in which you are most effective. I think I'm a night person, because in the night I'm not thinking of my phone, I'm not thinking of an email, I'm not thinking of anything, right? It helps me to assimilate and cover up, lots of pages, right? So you have to then, of course, develop like a consistent or daily study plan. You cannot, or I cannot, as an example, overemphasize the need to create a good study habit for yourself. I'm not somebody that likes to read from the textbook, so I always summarize the textbook, right? And once I summarize the textbook, 20 to 30%, 20 to 30% good um, to write the exam or to understand what is in the course, as the case may be, right? And that was what I did all through my stay. I didn't buy any textbook, trust me. All the textbook I bought were just financial accounting textbooks. Others I'll just snap those textbooks sometimes or borrow the textbook for 2 days from my colleagues and do the summary in my notes. And it's quite funny that when the exam is very close, those that bought the textbook, we still have to come back to make a photocopy of my own notes. Right? So and their textbook most times are useless, right? And my question is always that why did you even waste your money to buy the textbook if you're not going to read it, if you still need a summarized notes? So I knew that was my study habit, and I tried as much as possible to keep to it, right? Read in the midnight, read without distraction, and this really helps to increase my assimilation level. And at that time, I consider myself as somebody that really, really learn fast because I get to know a lot of things, within a very short period of time. Okay. The fifth thing that I think is again very germane is you developing patience and resilience. Guys, is better said than done. We are not patient in this generation, trust me, and I really understand that. But you know that there are some things that you would read for 5 hours as an example, and you will not understand. If you continue reading for the next 10 hours, you may not understand again. So you may just have to sleep, take a nap, and then when you come back, you are able to, understand what you are reading. I mean, it happens to lots of us. I mean, it's happened to me it's happened multiple times where I just have to sleep and wake up just so that I'm able to easily understand whatsoever is taught at that point in time, right? Or whatsoever I'm trying to read at that point in time. So sometimes you need patience. You may be reading something for a long time and you don't understand and you're thinking of giving up. What I said, people, is please don't give up, right? You need to be very resilient, and it's at the end of the day would be worth it, because if you think you do not want to read it and you just want to go to the exam as a fluke, of course you meet your results. And I'm going to just share this very simple example. Right, as an undergrad at the University of Lagos, I don't talk in the exam, or immediately I get to the exam, or I tell these exam supervisors to take me to the front seat. So they put me at the front and I sit there alone. I ensure that fan is blowing directly to me, and that's how I write. That was how I would say maybe 80 to 90% of my exams. So what I do is, of course, I know that if I do not read, I cannot ask anybody. I don't talk in the exam hall. So I have no option than to read. So I'm part of those people that practice putting their leg inside a bucket of water, washing their face so many times in the midnight, chewing gum, so that I don't sleep, or I just try to get it, because I'll be in a mess if I get to the exam hall and after receiving the exam questions, I probably do not know what the examiner is saying. I'm of course going to fail, because remember I said I'm sitting there alone. So you have to really be patient. And when you're trying to read some things, you have to really be resilient, because sometimes it could be very tough, but you really have to develop that, those very important habits, as the case may be. I think the next time I'll talk about is something I'm guilty of. Apologies, and it is taking care of yourself physically and mentally. I'm not sure I take care of myself physically, because most I do. I'm not sure I exercise. I just read and read, play around. Maybe I exercise because then in the university SACPA level you have to trek some distance. So maybe this was my form of exercise, but you have to take care of yourself physically and mentally. But for the mental part of it, I know I'm very conscious of it, so I don't get myself involved in things that are complicated. I just live my life, very simple life: sleep, wake up, eat, sleep, wake up, eat, go to class, go to fellowship, go take tutorial, go and teach outside school, buy food, buy food stuff at Bariga, come back to the hostel, cook, eat, sleep. I mean, those were the routine, right? So of course, you'll not see me at the middle of conversation, unnecessary arguments. I don't crave for what I do not have, so I'm a bit mentally sane, as the case may be. Um, so yes, I try to eat well, which is very important, and try to take care of myself the little way I think I can, and I try to surround myself with positive things. So if you want to achieve academic excellence, you have to really take care of yourself, both physically and mentally, because most times these are the things that really influences what we do, as we go on and on. The last thing I probably want to talk about is, and this is very important, guys, practice positive thinking. Stop the what ifs. Stop the what if I fail. Right. Imagine me going to the exam hall and let's say, I've not read a lot and I go to the exam hall, like I told the supervisor to take me to the front seat, and I'm the only one there as an example. And they share the exam questions. And after seeing the exam questions, I probably do not know anything in the questions. Of course, I'm in a mess. So, I mean, while I'm thinking of going to sit there alone in the exam hall, I think of the positive that everything that the examiner is going to test is what I know and what I have seen before, right? So I stay positive and I pray. Of course, I mean, if you're a Christian or a Muslim and you know for sure that you cannot do it alone, you have to pray and seek God, and hopefully it guides you through your reading and everything. But above all, you have to think positively, right? You have to ensure that you're not thinking of the what ifs, right? What if I fail? What if I get an E? What if the lecturer did not say what I know? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not better than the scholar in my class? Right. So the truth is, the high flyers in class most times are not the best people. They're just people that have stayed positive and resilient, and they are pushing it. Right. Some of them, when you talk to them, you ask them questions, you see that they're not really very smart, but they're just someone that is maybe very committed, and that is why they are achieving what they are looking, what they are achieving as of today, right? And this comes widely from how positive you can think, right? If you maintain a positive outlook, right? Let's say you dress well, you respect people, you expect the best out of everything, right? You have an higher chance of coping better with stress. You have a stronger humility, as the case may be, and you would have a healthier and happy life, right? Because of course, you are not going to be overwhelmed with things you're not supposed to be overwhelmed with. You are deliberate about yourself, about your thinking, and then you try to just be around the positives, right? And that is to, of course, influence every other thing that we do. An individual that thinks positively has a chance to excel and to do well in school. So what I would advise you is leave all the what if I leave school, I'm not going to get a job. What if I'm not good enough? What if I lose the election? What if I lose? What if I get an E? Forget about everything. And when you think positively, right, it helps you to cope better with stress, and then you can then bring out the best, in yourself, as the case may be. Uh, by way of recap, right, I said being excellent is something we all crave for. Excellence, as the case may be, make us look like a star boy or star girl, right? And then in order to achieve, academic excellence, I mentioned that it's very important for you to, of course, work on your time management. You have to manage your time very well, because you can't waste time and expect to have the same grade as somebody that do not waste their time. Another thing is, I told you clearly that you should set small goals in order to achieve the big ones, right? The third thing is you have to surround yourself with the right set of people, right? They must motivate you. They could be your peers, your family, your friends, your lecturers, as the case may be. You have to really surround yourself with them. The fourth thing is you have to build a very good study habit, right? You have to know what works for you and what do not work for you. If you are good at jotting, please jot. You are good at getting it at after once someone is talking, please get it. If you are someone that likes to read in the midnight, please be deliberate about it, right? Just develop a very good study habit, right? It helps you to move closer to your academic excellence to the academic excellence that you so much grateful. The next thing is you have to then develop your patience and resilience, right? You have to be very patient and resilient with the idea is what we like to say. So you have to really die there and take it as if your life depends on it. Because, like I said, you have to do this 4 years very well, exceptionally well, and it's just 5% of the total number of years you can use on Earth, right? And it's going to really have a positive influence on the remaining 95%. The sixth thing I talk about is that you have to take care of yourself physically and mentally, and you have to, of course, have a positive thinking, right? Positive mindset. This helps you to, deliver on the mandate of success. Okay, those are the 7 steps I think I can share with you. And just to close out, I would say there are three very important things that having an excellent result will give you, right? Or being excellent will give you. Number one, it helps you to be self-fulfilling, right? Imagine you've read all the textbook that lecturer gave you, and at the end of the lecture examined something that nobody was expecting. It's not even in the syllabus. It's in 400 level syllabus and you're in 200 level. And at the end of the day, the lecturer just added it to your questions, and you could not answer all the questions, and probably you had a C as an example. You are never going to blame it on yourself, because you know that you've tried your best. It is probably the lecturer that did what they think they could do. So you as an individual, you are exonerated, right? So you are self-fulfilled that you've tried your best, and that is all you need to really achieve what you want to achieve. So it helps you to be self-fulfilling, number one. Number two, it helps you to be a star boy or star girl. Everybody just thinks that you're good, right? Everybody wants to talk to you. You have the opportunity to connect with a lot of people. If you're out of school, you have the opportunity to connect with people in higher places, because when they see your profile on LinkedIn or anywhere, they see that you're very smart and they probably want to associate with you, right? And I think the third thing that being excellent would give to you is that it will increase it has a chance of increasing your net worth. And if you agree, your network is your net worth, right? You're closer to people. You have a chance of having a lot of sponsors, your lecturers, people ahead of you. They will always want to associate with you if you're excelling, right? And it's a no-brainer for all of us. And I wish and pray and hope that we all can adopt these strategies and then be closer to being excellent in what we do. Thanks so much. That is all I have to say. If anybody has a question or tips or whatever you think you want me to share, I'm happy to do that. But I'll just hand over to Ilola to take the concluding part of the session or the program for today. Thanks so much, everyone.
TakeTones.com.
Good evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me? I hope I am being heard. So, with that assumption, I really want to appreciate our speaker for tonight. You would agree with me that that was an enriching and value-filled session. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing, allowing us to draw from your wealth of knowledge. I want to also believe that as many that have been struggling with the academics and wondering, how does the first class students do it? Is it magic? Is it voodoo? No, it's not. Of course, it is a result of proper positioning and really positioning yourself for excellence. I believe that if you're going to implement all of the tips that has been shared with us tonight, you are going to be able to generate massive and mind-blowing results. So in that high spirit, please join me to celebrate our speaker. Thank you so much, sir. Please, can you jam your hands together for Sir Bakri Philip? It's such an honor to host your distinguished presence. Thank you so much, sir. We love you, we cherish you, and we really, really appreciate you. I can't see you celebrating. Let me see you celebrating in the comment section. Come on, jam those hands together. Jam those hands together. Jam those hands together. Please, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? All right, I see you, Rebecca. Thanking Sir Bakri. Rebecca says it was nice having you, Sir Bakri. Philip, thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it. Because someone has a question. All right, so Becky, please forward your question to the group chat. We'll refer it to our speaker and he will respond to your question. Because of our time, ensure to drop it in the group chat. I would refer it to him and I will send back to you his response. Thank you very much. So let me know if you've been having a great time. On my own part, I must confess that this session was highly impactful and enriching, and I hope that this leads us into our second speech for tonight. Get ready to be mind blown. I'm about to read the bio of our second speaker, Stephen Lawyer, popularly known as the future Minister of Education. Are you set, guys? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me see your emojis in the comment section. Let me know if you're set and you're ready. All right, I see you. I see you. Thank you, Aishat Abdul Malik. Thank you. All right, so
Hi everyone, my name is David. I am the founder and the director of Efico Resources.
TakeTones.com.
Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Lawyer, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumulayo. Venue, Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford to.
Hi everyone, my name is Hi everyone, my name is David. I am the founder and the director of Efico Resources. So one of the greatest questions I've gotten is, what is Efico Resources all about? Okay, let's go straight down to that.
Efico Resources started in 2019 as a result of a suicide incident that happened in 2018. We realized that confusion and frustration actually permeates the African educational system. Apart from that, there is a mismatch between what is being taught in school and what the real world requires. Hence, to help students have a clear career path, providing relevant resources for it, and make their education perfect without disrupting their mental health, we created Efico Resources. At the fourth quarter of 2020, after spreading our tentacles from the University of Lagos by leveraging 60 campus ambassadors across 35 universities in Nigeria, we started a secondary school project where we went further into the grassroots to engage parents on career decisions for their wards. We onboarded about 10 secondary schools in calculating coding and entrepreneurship education into their curriculum to help them early enough with requisite tech skills even before they enter the university. At the beginning of the first quarter of 2021, we completed our first partnership with Sponsor a Child to School organization to help orphans with digital skills after finding their place in economic wealth creation. In response to the incubant pandemic and to expand to other spectrums in Africa, we leverage digital education and other social media channels such as YouTube and TikTok to reach out to more younger folks. We are Efico Resources. We make your education make sense and seek to liberate economic prosperity in the long haul.
My name is Fashola Oluwapelumi and I'm a nursing graduate. My passion for health and nature has made me love climate change and want to be an activist for it. The statistics by WHO says that 150,000 deaths is caused by climate change, which is likely to double by the year 2030. So please support Save the Climate Project today. Thank you.
I'm Adeleke Godslow, and I am currently studying economics in Lagos State University, and I am a climate advocate. So I recently found out that a warming or an increase in global warming of 2 degrees Celsius is increasing the risk of our elements moving away from the climate system, and it is very critical to our atmosphere. And this is going to bring severe consequences to the ecosystems and humanity as a whole. So I'm admonishing us all to support Save the Climate Project now.
Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loya, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumulayo. Venue: Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford.
I'm Adeleke Godslow, and I am currently studying economics in Lagos State University, and I am a climate advocate. So I recently found out that a warming or an increase in global warming of 2 degrees Celsius is increasing the risk of our elements moving away from the climate system, and it is very critical to our atmosphere. And this is going to bring severe consequences to the ecosystems and humanity as a whole. So I'm admonishing us all to support Save the Climate project now.
I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Right, can anyone hear me? Okay. I don't seem to get any voice, so all right. So I've gotten feedback that you can hear me. So thank you very much for having me this evening. I don't know if I can start right away or okay. Can I just go ahead, or you need to do some onboarding before I go live?
Welcome, sir. All right, welcome back, everyone. Please, can you hear me? Oh, sorry for the break. We had to put some stuff together at the back end, but I'm so glad that we are back. So you have seen the face of the man I'm about to introduce. It's time for you to listen to the mind-blowing bio, and we welcome him like a royalty that he is. So who are we hosting tonight? Mr. Stephen Loya, popularly referred to as the future Minister of Education. So who is Stephen Loya? Stephen Loya is popularly known as the future Minister of Education. He's a leading voice in the new generation of education reformers in Nigeria. He is a multiple award-winning educator and author who has a track record of identifying problems in the education sector and designing innovative solutions to them. Stephen Loya is the founder of the Campus Leaders League, formerly the SCAM Project, a student-run organization dedicated to empowering students reach their full potentials as leaders and helping them build their leadership skills, achieve their personal and professional goals, and make a positive impact in their communities. Additionally, he is a student coach that provides mentorship to university students through the coaching cycle, and his effort has been recognized with several awards. He's currently shaping secondary school education in Nigeria through his role as the coordinator for entrepreneurship at Wellspring College. Overall, he is committed to transforming Africa's educational landscape and helping young adults unlock their potential. Fun facts about Mr. Stephen Loya. I've known Mr. Stephen Loya for close to 3 years now, and all that I can say is that is someone that is synonymous to excellence and value. We're so fortunate to host the distinguished presence of Mr. Stephen Loya tonight. I mean, we're talking about the future Minister of Education. Are you excited? Come on. So with your emojis, your clapping emojis, fire emojis, join me to welcome Mr. Stephen Loya to this beautiful stage. We love you, sir.
Thank you
We
very
cherish
much.
you. We're
Thank you
glad
very
to
much.
have you.
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can
I
hear
hope
you
I'm audible
perfectly.
enough. I want to be sure that I'm audible. Okay, I'm not getting feedback. Can you all hear me? Can I get some sort of feedback? Let me be sure that. All right, brilliant. I can see Toyin Miri said she can hear me. Thank you very much, Oyinlola, for the warm welcome. I am really happy to be here tonight. Sincerely, it's been a very long day, and I'm grateful to God that I could make it here tonight to share my experience and thoughts on a very important topic that I have before me today. So I'd like to say thank you to the organizers for bringing me tonight. That's the Efico team for having me on this day. I do not take it for granted. Whenever I get the opportunity to share my thoughts with students, I see it as a very big opportunity to bless lives and to also inspire young people to take action. I mean, that's very, very important. That while we are doing what we can do as a people, we try to inspire others to take action that would move them from point A to point B. So thank you very much once again, and shout out to the visionary of this program, the tech boss. That's the Divyadi Fumilayo. It's been a pleasure knowing you, and well done for what you are doing here. So my name is Steven Loya, and like I was rightly introduced, I am a student coach, and when I'm not coaching students, I am working as an entrepreneurship coordinator for one of the leading schools in Lagos State, and I am also a two-time TEDx speaker. So this there's sort of experience already, and I also lead a community called the Campus Leaders League, and I am the author of a book called The Scam: Things You're Not Told About School. So let me start from my book, The Scam. So I wrote my book during my first year as an undergraduate, and sorry, first year. During my last year as an undergraduate, I started writing my book. And the reason is I realized that there is this misconception people have about school. People say school is a scam. And while that is untrue, in so many ways, I decided to write a book that would help change that perspective among students. And that's what led to my first book. So in my book, I shared a practical ways students can make the most out of school, and I also shared my practical experiences and I was able to navigate campus life, and I was able to make the most out of university. So that was where everything started. I mean, everything that has been happening post university and all. You see, the university period is a very exciting period in our lives as young people, but we have to fully unlock that benefit and that experience that university period gives us. But it's very, very sad that only a handful of people get to unlock the transformative power of university education. And when I say university education, this time around, I'm talking about polytechnics, monotechnics, and college of education and all that. So only a very small handful of people get to truly and fully unlock the transformative power of higher education. And that is why I think that the work that Efico is doing is very, very important in shaping how education is done in Africa and Nigeria at large. And I want to say that congratulations for joining this session tonight, because it is very important, right, that you begin to see how you can fully maximize this short time in university. There is literally or almost no time in your lifetime that is as unique as the time university is giving you. Honestly, there's almost no time in your lifetime that is as experiential as the kind of experience that university is going to afford you, because university is a community of diverse people, and it is, even if you decide to do a master's degree, the experience while doing a master's degree is totally different from being an undergraduate. So at the undergraduate level, you get to connect with all sort of people. You get to do a lot of things with all with people from all walks. Okay, and you tend to do more with a smaller community, should I say, more focused community than when so with a diverse community compared to when you're doing a master's degree and a post university degree. So the university period in the lives of people is very significant and important, and this is what I really want to bring tonight, so that you can fully understand and see how you can make the most out of university. So I want you to join me in the next couple of minutes, and I crave your attention. Okay, one thing that is very important for you to keep to pay also this period is attention. Attention is very critical, and I hope that you get to listen to me fully, and you get to um, take down important points, and also make the best use of this moment that you have. So my topic this night is unearthing the minds, unearthing the minds, taking advantage of being an undergraduate to position for global dominance. Unearthing the minds, taking advantage of being an undergraduate to position for global dominance. And I'm going to start by breaking down what I have here. When when we say unearthing the mind, what does it mean? Because it might look like it's a very complicated topic, right? Or it looks very long, but I'm going to break it down for you. And the unearthing the minds is it's a metamorphical expression that is used to describe the process of um, discovering valuable opportunities or resources that is hidden somewhere. So if you are unearthing something, it means that you are trying to discover, you are trying to bring out, um, you are trying to they are trying to dig out. Okay, let me use that word. So unearthing the mines. So if you are familiar with mining, you discover that mining is about exploration of different what they call it, different mineral resources. Okay, and that is now converted to finished product. So likewise, the topic unearthing the mine. So it is used to uncover, discover opportunities and resources, okay, or sources that are tied to a particular phase. Okay, so it involves actively seeking and seeking and capitalizing the hidden potential that is in something. Now, in this case, unearthing the mind would now mean that how can you unlock the very treasures of the university? How can you unlock the very um, the very opportunities and resources that university gives to you? Okay, so that is what it means. And the other part of the topic says that leveraging the undergraduate experience for global dominance. See, the undergraduate period is a very unique period, like I said, and whatever you do in that period of time can help you and prepare you for the global stage. So, how can you unearth the mind? So, I think one of the problems that we have with undergraduate experience is that first, we don't understand the difference between um, school and education, because the undergraduate period of your life is a form of education, right? And I think that the reason why many students go about to say education is scam and all that is majorly because for many of them they don't get to understand, don't get to understand the difference between All right, I think I'm back now. All right, I think I'm back. So I think that uh, the reason why I was saying that the reason why many students don't get to maximize school is that because they don't understand the difference between schooling and education. And I'm going to start from there. So, what does school mean, and what does education mean? So, I'm going to tie it in relation to the topic that we have here. So, school is a so before you say school is scam, so you need to understand what school is and what education is. So, school is a system. Okay, it's a system, either a physical or virtual system that affords you the opportunity to learn. So school gives you access to resources, gives you access to lecturers, teachers, gives you access to materials and all that. That's why we have baking school. So what a baking school does for you, or catering school does for you, is that it teaches you catering. Then we have fashion school. We have, so school is just that system. Okay, and what you now get out of school, formal school, is education. So I say, what is education? Education is a system, or I don't want to use dictionary definition. Okay, education is the refinement that school gives you. So when you say you are an educated person, it means that you must have gone through this level of refinement. You must have a level of refinement that you've gotten through school. So education is that thing you bring out of school. So when you are an educated person, it means that there is a level of refinement that you have. So it means that if you go to school for 4 years and you're not refined, there is no difference between you that went to school and you that came out of school. It means that you've not been truly educated. So it is now your choice for you to convert what you've learned from school as a means of education. So school gives you access to people, access to opportunities. So a university in this case is not a school. So a university gives you access to lecturers. Your lecturers give you content. Your lecturers give you what they call it, materials in class. They teach you in class. So it is how you can now convert those materials to learning is the education. So your university give you access to people, and an average university in Nigeria has some university have a population of about 40,000 people. So school gives you access to people that you can connect with that would literally change your life forever. That what school does for you. So when you now pass through that system, you can now say, "Oh, I am educated." That's what it simply means. I know you can go on and go on and go and be searching Google to give you what school means and what education is, but until you fully understand it in the most basic entity, you would really understand what it means, like what it means for you to be educated, for you to be schooled. So a university gives you that access to opportunities, university gives you access to resources, university gives you access to content, and you convert that content to learning for you. So one key advantage of being an undergraduate is it's help you to embrace a diverse education landscape. It helps you to embrace diversity. So that you can call that my first point. Okay, uh, one uh, one key advantage that school gives you, or university gives you, is it helps you to embrace a diverse educational landscape. It helps because when you are in school, you get to meet different people. You get to take on different subjects, and by taking on different subjects, different courses, you begin to see where your passion lies. But what people don't understand is that those courses you do in school, they're not just courses that you should just do for passing sake. They are courses that you should do and see how you can align them with your interests. So the reason why many people don't get to unlock the earthen minds of school is because they haven't, or they did not define their why. They did not define their why. So the first thing you have to do as an undergraduate is to define your why. Why are you in school? Why are you in school? For many people, they are in school because it feels like a cool thing to do. For many people, they think that they feel going to the university is because everyone are going to the university, they should also go to university. So why are you in the university in the first place? So by the time you can fully define your why of university, you can now unlock the minds. Because when purpose of something is not defined, abuse is inevitable. So the first key, okay, is to define your why. Okay, now this is still under embracing a diverse educational landscape. See, whatever I say tonight, don't either point one, point two, point three, just take it like that because as it comes, okay, unlocking your why or defining your why. When I was in university, for me, my why was that I wanted to go to school to acquire the skills, the information necessary for me to build global dominance, okay, for me to be global relevance. So it means that while I am in school, I must be able to, if I'm getting the skill and information necessary, it means that I must be able to build a strong academic record. So all my activity, all my actions and inactions in school as an undergraduate was tied to my why. So if you don't have a why you're in university, you realize that you are literally and doing anything that comes your way without knowing why you're doing them. But when you can fully define your why as an undergraduate, what it does for you is that you can now say, okay, this is why I'm in school. And because this is my why in school, I am going to maintain a strong academic record. I am going to join this organization. I am going to do this. I'm going to do that. So, like I said earlier, when you embrace diverse, one of the key advantages of being in university is that it helps you to embrace diverse educational landscape, and and a key part of that is also by defining your why in school. So if you haven't defined why you're in university right now, I want to start thinking about it. I want to reflect on what is my why? Why am I in school? What do I want to do next 4 years? You see, when you define your why, your 4 years as an undergraduate, you can effectively, or you can do your 4 years in the and you feel like you've achieved something. So why many people still get stuck in the course of being an undergraduate and after school because they haven't defined their why, and why many people still can't unlock the um, the benefits, unlock the treasures of university because they haven't defined their why. So if you define your why, every other thing will follow. So it's like saying, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and other things that shall be added unto you. So I say, when you define your why first, you know why you're in school first, every other experiences will come. Sorry, excuse me. So okay, so when you define your why, every other experiences will come, every opportunities will come. When you define your why, you can easily spot opportunity. When you define your why, you can easily know what opportunity is like. But when your why is not defined, even when the best opportunity is staring right to you, staring right in front of you, staring to your face rather, you can't really decode there's an opportunity. If you haven't defined your why, even when, if this is the path that will give you scholarship, you can't even know what it is because your why is not defined. You don't even know why you're there in the first place. So when you define your why, you can see this. You can now say this organization is for me. When I was in university, I was a member of the Achievers Consortium, where I was the president. And that's in my second year. In my first year in school, I joined Achievers Consortium. I was made the chief of operations. And while I was still in school, I think in my second year, I was made the president of Achievers Consortium. And it gave me opportunity to mentor people, to coach people, and also engage in other activities. Then I think my final year, I joined the American Society for Quality. I volunteered for Alt Prize, and I did a lot of stuff. And that was because I know what I wanted to get out of school. So if you ask me, looking back to your university experience, do you have any regret? Do you wish you've done something better? I don't think so. Because to me, I fully maximized every opportunity I could get during my undergraduate. And that was because I was able to define my why. So on that way you can unearth the hidden potential of university. Like I mentioned earlier, is this: you have to learn how to seize extracurricular activities. To seize extracurricular activities. See, some of all these activities that school affords you, once you are done with school, you might not be able to get them again. So for every campus that we have a lot of organizations. We have Efico in some campus universities. We have Campus Leaders League. We have we have JCI. We have all sort of organizations. So how do you how do you learn and benefit from these organizations? How do you fully unlock the benefits that these organizations will give you? So it's by seizing the benefit of extracurricular activities. It's by seizing how seizing the opportunities and the benefits that extracurricular activities give you. And campus organizations are examples of extracurricular activities. So beyond academics, right, one key ways you can unlock the potential of university is by being a part of extracurricular activities. So it's going to be, I will say it's going to be a boring time in university if all you did in university was go to class, come back. No experience, nothing, just go to class and come back. It's gonna be a boring time. What would you tell people about? What will you share as your experience after university? Okay, what would you say you did while you're in university if all you did in university was go to class and come back? Because after university, your experiences will be, or what you will discuss as a form of experience after university will be those opportunities you seized while you are in school. Will be those things that you did while you're in school. So when I was doing my interview for where I currently work, uh, when they asked me how my university experience was, I was able to cite all those impacts, cite all those things I did while I was part of campus organizations. And that is what being in university will do for you. Okay, that is what seizing extracurricular activities will do for you. So you have a lot of them. You have a lot of them. How do you leverage them? Do you just go to school and all through your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, nothing, no form of extracurricular activity? I wrote that I wrote in my book that at least before you go to university, before you finish university rather, you would see at least up to at least 100 opportunities for you to join extracurricular activities. At least 100 of them. So if you don't get to seize any of the 100, then how will you describe your university experience? How will you unlock the benefit that university experience give you? Because after that period, you can't have the opportunity to be part of it again. See, many things that you're going to learn in university, you can easily learn them without paying a dime, without having to break the bank. But once you're out of universities, some of all those opportunities that university gave you that you ignored, you would have to pay to get those opportunities. There's some organizations that because you're a student, you pay very little amount of money to join. But once you're done with school, you pay premium amount to join. That is how it works. So university gives you access to extracurricular activities and and seizing these extracurricular activities would help you to fully maximize your time in the university. So that's how it works. So don't be that person that walked through university for 4 years and you can't really tie any extracurricular activity to yourself. There's no volunteering activity, you're not part of anything. Then what will you write? Why people's CV is black, can be black at times, is because they didn't seize extracurricular activities when they're on campus. So you can either choose to be that graduate, that undergraduate that sees every opportunity they get, okay, or be the undergraduate that didn't see every opportunity they get as a student. And all this extracurricular activity doesn't mean that you won't do well academically. You will do well.
As a matter of fact, while I was in school, I was still able to maintain a very strong CGPA all through my academic year, and I was able to engage in extracurricular activities that align with my goal. So, like I said earlier, if you don't have a why, you can't even have a goal in the first place, because your why is linked to having a goal. If you don't have a why, you can't even have a goal for university. You just be someone who just going to school to just come back and be one of those thousands of graduates that we have out there. And if you don't have a why, you don't have a goal, you can't identify events and activities that suit you. You can't identify opportunities that suit you. You can't identify extracurricular activities that is for you. So you see why defining your why is very, very important. It is like the key, like the core of an investment. And I'll keep hammering on it. Define your why. Define your why. Why are you in school? Until you define your why, you can't have a goal. Okay, your why can be, I want to be able to achieve this. And if you want to be able to achieve this, then you now set a goal for it. So your why drives your goal. But when there is no why, you might just have a misplaced priority. So the next point here is leveraging internships opportunity. Leveraging internship while you're in school. See, you don't have to wait until you are done with school to be a graduate intern. While you're in school, you can apply for internship. Why do you think that when you apply for a job, they will say 2 years of experience or 3 years of experience? And you wonder and ask, but these people, I'm just finishing school now. Are you not supposed to know that I'm just finishing school? What they are trying to say is that they expect that while you are in school, you are building all these internship opportunities for yourself that would help you. They expect that while you are in school, you've gotten some sort of experience. No one expect that because you are working, you want to be. No one expect that you get all the experiences while you're an undergraduate. But the little you can get as an undergraduate, will serve as something that people can work on. Okay, you can't compare someone who has done stuff while as an undergraduate, was part of this organization, did stuff here, was part of this one, did stuff here, got this experience, intern there. You can't compare that person with someone who doesn't have any work experience at all, any internship experience. So let us even be very realistic. Let's say you're an employer of labor and you want to employ someone, two people, and Mr. A came to your office and he said that I'm a graduate and I was in school, I didn't have time to do anything. So the thing I'm giving to you right now is my certificates. And graduate B come to you and say, okay, while I was in school, alongside building my academic record, I was able to volunteer here, I was able to intern here, I was able to do this here, and all this internship and volunteerism gave me a certain level of experience as an undergraduate. Who will you hire? I want to see a response. Who will you hire? Will you hire intern A? Will you hire graduate A who doesn't have any experience, or will you hire graduate B who has some level of experience? Who will you hire? Let me see your response. Let me know if you want to employ based on just grade alone. So even if graduate A has better grades than graduate B, you likely will want to hire graduate B, because at the end of the day, it's about value. It's the value that that someone can it's the value that you can offer that would allow people to give you opportunity. So let's say it this way: your grades will put you, we take you to the door, but your experience will keep you inside. So if your grades take you to the door, okay, and you go inside, or you get inside, and your experience is is nothing to write about, you go back outside again. That is why it's possible for you to have good grades and still be stranded as a graduate. It is very possible. That's because there is no form of value to measure up with your what do you call it, with your academic record. Let me give you an instance. I read just this last week that a first class student in, I think, is it Uganda, one of these African countries, committed suicide. Committed suicide because he hasn't gotten a job. And I wrote, I think I shared it with my coaching circle. I coach some undergraduates, so I usually offer coaching program for undergraduates where I coach them for like 6 weeks. Okay, so I shared it with them and asked them to share their thought on that. And while they shared their thought, I wrote that beyond being an unemployed graduate, I think that that graduate exhibited a level of selfishness. Level of selfishness because apparently, for you to be a graduate and you have a first class, there are people somehow that have invested in you, even if you did it yourself. At least the best you can give to yourself is experience, or give yourself opportunity to keep trying. So he committed suicide. So depriving, and I learned from reading the article that he's like the brightest in his community and like the hope for his community. So let's say it's from a village, and it's like the hope of the community that, oh, we have a graduate at last, or in the family is the first graduate. So he killed himself because he hasn't gotten a job. So I told my community members that there is this unspoken or unscripted societal belief that once you have a first class, then people should start giving you opportunities right away. But because you have a first class, everybody should just bow down and worship you. Because you have a first class, everybody should just give you jobs. And this is no way to say first class is not good. First class is very, very good. But having a first class doesn't equate to having opportunities directly. You have to still use your brain and be hardworking. You have to still use your head and see how to push yourself beyond having a first class. Because other people have first class like you. So having a first class doesn't automatically mean that you'll be employed. So have it in your head right now. So he has first class in an ICT course. And I was like, oh, this is even a future course, but he committed suicide because he's not employed. If you have a first class and you're not employed, your next step of action should be, what can I do to offer value? What can I do? It means that if first class did not give him opportunity, it probably means that, I think he is in Kenya or thereabout. It probably means that even with the first class, probably he has attended several interviews, okay, work interviews, and after people hear him, realize that, oh God, you just have first class on paper, but there is no first class in your experience. So in everything you do, go first class. In your experience, go first class. In your interactions, go first class. While building your skills rather, go first class. You just rely on one part, because the society will not automatically hand you opportunity because you have a first class. The society will not automatically hand you opportunity because you have a second class upper. My executive director said, I would rather employ a third class who has value to offer than to employ a second class upper or a first class who does not have value to offer. Think about that. So while building your academic qualifications, ensure that you are gaining experience, you get internship, you volunteer. Those are the things that would help you to unlock your value. So value can be, you can have potential value inside you. And now listen to this. You can have potential value inside you, but university will help you to unlock that potential value. University will help you to put that potential value into use. When something is the potential, it doesn't mean that it is. You would have to know the value of it before you can, by using it. So if you want to fully unlock that experience that you have, that value that you have inside you, you have to use it by interning, volunteering in organizations, and to help you to become a better graduate. So I have like a few minutes to go. And while you're also there, while you're also in university, realize that you are not competing with only your classmates that are fellow graduates. You are competing with other people from the global at the global level, because we live in a global world. So the person you are competing for a job with is also a graduate somewhere. Maybe that person will finish from a better school than you did, or let's say you are in one school, one state university, one federal university, and the person you are competing for a job role with came from one of the best in the private universities in Nigeria, or came from a foreign university and has a master's degree. So the question will now be, what value do you have that will separate you from that person, or that will make you stand out? What value do you have that will make you compete compete effectively with that person? Okay, what what value do you have? And that is how you can fully maximize your potential as an undergraduate. Okay. Excuse me. So while you're in school, embrace a global experience. Don't just see yourself that you are in one local community in your school. Don't see yourself as you are in one Eden state. Embrace global experience. Know what's going on across the world. Be current. Be current. Know what's going on. Embrace a global experience. That way you can fully unlock the treasures that is in the university. You can fully unlock the treasure that is hidden in the university. Okay, that is how you can do that. Sorry. And I think I still have two more points to run with, and I'll just close it from there. And also, while in university, to unlock the treasures of university, build soft skills. And you can build soft skills by still being a part of organizations. You can build soft skills by still by volunteering, by being a part of organizations. By soft skills are those skills that will help you to work with people effectively. Creativity skill, critical thinking, problem solving. Okay, it would help you to be effective at work, and even when you want to run a business. So build that while you're in school. And the next thing I'm going to say is this, very, very important, and people don't really see it as part of what you can do while you're in school. Build a personal brand. Build a personal brand. See, what makes anyone stand out from the crowd is when that person has a unique personal brand. At least over 3,000 graduates will graduate with you in your school. So what would help you stand out? Have you ever thought about that? So if 3,000 people are graduating from your school from a particular course, and another 3,000 are graduating from that school, another 3,000 are graduating from that school, imagine courses like microbiology that is very common, and about 5 schools are graduating at least 3,000 students. What will make you stand out is by building your personal brand. A personal brand will give you an edge, and you can do that by understanding your value. Okay, identifying a niche, focus on that niche, and grow with that niche. When you can build if you build a personal brand as an undergraduate, it gives you it makes you 10 steps ahead of your fellow graduates. You don't know that. If you build a personal brand that stand out as an undergraduate, it gives you 10 steps ahead. Because when you now want to work in an organization, you can use your personal brand as a reference. In fact, most time people who build a personal brand as an undergraduate, they may end up not even applying for jobs. And even when they do, because they build a personal brand, and their personal brand can be linked to social media, to what they're doing online, maybe to their LinkedIn, their Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever it is, people can easily give them opportunity. Where I currently work, I didn't apply for the job. They saw me on social media and reached out to me. And guess what? I was still in school when they reached out to me. I was still writing my project. So when I finished my university in December, in January I just resumed work. So build your personal brand while in university. And every time now and then I get to help people do that. So build your personal brand as an undergraduate to help you help you to stand out, to give you an edge, to position you as a thought leader. And when you're building your personal brand, you can also establish thought leadership. All these things are what will help you stand out as an undergraduate, would help you to unlock every benefit that you have in school. Even among your classmates, you see, oh, this guy is different. And building a personal brand comes with so many benefits. You want to try a lot of things. It's immersive. It helps you stand out. You gain valuable experience from doing that. It helps you manage yourself too. So, my fellow Gen Zs, okay, and undergraduates, I want to encourage you that education is very, very important. School is not a scam. You would have to understand and see the benefit that we have in school. You'd have to unlock that treasure by defining your why, setting your goals, engaging in activities, building your personal brand, cultivating skills. And once you can do that, I can assure you, and having God by your side, you can't be stranded after school. Because there is a very high increase of graduates every year. And as the number of graduates increase every year, we have high increase of graduates who are stranded after school. Okay? And if you can do this effectively, you would have a swell time while you're in school, and also enjoy the benefits outside of school. So I hope you've all learned something tonight, and in your quest for unlocking the treasures in school, ensure that you become a lifelong learner. A lifelong learner is someone who doesn't stop learning. Doesn't stop learning. Okay, lifelong learner is someone that is very, very inquisitive. You want to know what's next, is reading or studying, learning. And if you can keep learning, you will keep growing. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. And I appreciate you, and I hope that you truly maximize this opportunity that you've gotten tonight, and you make the most out of it. So I wish you success in your endeavors, and I see you at the top. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Stephen. We really celebrate you here at Efico. Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel Koleshu, and I am the growth magnet. And I trust that you gained a lot of value. I mean, you learned a whole lot, even as an undergraduate. Sincerely, all those things are something I actually wished I knew of while I was still in school. But yes, it's never too late for me to also, get started and to make wave. So this is a challenge to you all. But before I continue to speak, please, can you all hear me? If you can hear me, can you please type yes, I can. If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. Okay? Please let me know if you can hear me, okay? Before I continue, let me know if you can hear me. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we sincerely appreciate you, sir. We appreciate our first speaker for tonight's session too. Thank you so much, Mr. Philip. That was an amazing session. In fact, I believe that we all are liberated to dominate ourselves for global relevance. I mean, it is time for us to go absurd, even as an undergraduate. undergraduate. So there is no limiting factor for you. And I sincerely must say that our speakers for this event are top notch. Our great leader, Mr. David Adefumilayo, and to the two speakers, like two powerhouses we have for tonight's session, they are so amazing. Please, can you celebrate them in the comment section for us? I want you to do that for me now. I want you to celebrate because it's not easy. They live a life worthy of emulation, and they are here to share their experiences, to share their stories, and to also talk to us about how we can live a life, how we can create a better future for us all, and how we can maximize our life even as an undergraduate. I want to see your clapping emoji, whatever emoji, any of your favorite emoji. I want to see that in the comment section. Thank you so much, Ajayi Samuel. Thank you. So it's time for me to call on Daniel. Daniel, please, I would love you to share your testimonials. Do you have the link? Can you join the backstage? Can you join me live here for you to share in your testimonial? Daniel, are you there? All right. Thank you so much, Daniel. Yeah, you have the floor now. The stage is yours. Daniel, what's the issue? Can you drop a word for me in the comment section? Is there any problem? Is there any challenge? All right, for the sake of none, I don't know if I should still wait a little while for him to come back on stage. But I sincerely must appreciate you all for tuning in, for joining. And that really shows that you are one of the 1% in the 1% that really want to maximize their time even on campus. I celebrate you all, and I don't want you to end here. Okay, everything you've learned over here, I want you all to begin to implement. I want you to switch into your implementation gown or shirt or even skirt, trouser. I want you to really, put this at the back of your mind, in fact, even at the front of your mind, for you to know that this is what you need to do to leverage your life, even for a global dominance. This is how you can do a lot of things. This is how you can become a phenomenal person, which I know you have the potential in you. So implementing your strategies, whatever thing you've learned is very key. Okay, thank you so much. We really, really celebrate you at Efico EdTech Resources. And if you are yet to subscribe on our YouTube channel, please, the floor is open. I mean, the red button doesn't bite. So ensure you give us the thumb up, subscribe to our channel. You can also call your friends, your co-friends, other undergraduates to watch the replay of this session and to also subscribe. We really love you and we care about your personal development. We care about your academic success and we care about your professional success. Thank you so much. We are rooting for you. If you have any question, okay, so if you have any question, you can ask in the chat, in the comment section. So we've come to the end of this session and we must take a bow now. Good night, everyone. Bye.
TakeTones.com.
Billions of undergraduates caged in the four walls of the university campuses, but only a few are living beyond the present. Being an undergraduate is not an excuse to settle for less or be a mediocre. In fact, it is an opportunity to explore, grow, evolve, and emerge. At Efico undergraduate program, our greatest desire is that you graduate as fine gold and become a graduate that can position and negotiate for global dominance. That is why our upcoming global conference for undergraduates is one you shouldn't miss. It's time to bridge the gap. It's time to refine yourself and emerge as an excellent undergraduate. We invite you to our global conference themed Positioning and Negotiating for Global Dominance as an Undergraduate. The conference holds on Saturday 10th of June through Sunday 11th of June. Our guest speakers are Stephen Loyal, Damilola Badmus, Bakare Philip, David Adefumulayo. Venue, Efico Resources YouTube channel. Click the link below to join the onboarding room. You cannot afford